A warm welcome to Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk on a topic where the question stems from, so how will be my relationship with my child? How will be my relationship with my brother or my sister, with my sibling? How will I work or how will I fare with my in-laws? This is a common request or a common question that is asked because we want to know on a long-term basis how we are going to be with people we love around us. And does our astrology answer that question? Yes, it does. So we'll see in a very simplified manner how we get our answer to this question. But before we begin, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your comments and your suggestions there. If you haven't subscribed to us, please do and do press the bell icon so that you can get the updates ASAP. See, there are few things that are very important in divisional charts, and all this is to be seen from the divisional chart because, as I always say, the third house can show your siblings or the sibling right next after you. It can also show your creativity and it can also show your valor. If Mars is placed in the third house, it can show all the three things. And how are you going to differentiate? So for that I do have to come to the chart of my siblings, that is the D3. The D3 says a lot of things apart from siblings. It talks about your innate nature, your past life, how things are going to fare for you, how to understand a dasha. The D3 is very important. But today we are going to focus on the relationship aspect. So now we don't have too many siblings nowadays. We have a couple, 3 max. So we know we want to keep good with everybody. So we want to understand how is my relation going to be with my elder sibling, my younger sibling. Or how is my relation going to be with my child? We are insecure about that and we want to be secure in that fact. So how are we going to see that? See, the Karak is important because Karak defines the relationship also. Now the particular bhava in the divisional chart will also be important. If I am talking about my siblings, the third house is very important. If I am talking about my children, then the fifth house is very important. And the house will remain intact. But the house lord who is supposed to do the work, that house lord will keep moving. So, the position of that house lord is also important. When I am talking about the position of the house lord, what do I mean? I mean that wherever this fifth lord, when I am talking about children, wherever that fifth lord tends to move from that fifth house, it will tell me whether it's a conducive relationship or not. How so? If the house lord is placed in 6, 8, 12 houses or even the third, but majorly the 6, 8, 12 houses, in that case, as per what Faldipika says, Manteshwar Maharaj says in Faldipika, that when a planet is placed in 6, 8, 12 from itself, it does not give good results for its own house or it is incapable of giving results for its house. So, in case the lord of the fifth house is sitting in 6, 8, 12 from itself, it will not give good results for that particular house. So, the prosperity of that child from the chart of the person can be seen that he may not prosper. It could be your perception that the child has not prospered. Let's be clear there. But if that lord, the fifth lord has gone into the 2nd, 11th or kendras or trikonas, that means there is growth in the chart. That means that Karak, that child, in case that we are talking about the D7 here, that child will prosper. But if that house lord is in 6, 8, 12 from the Lagna representing you, then the child will not be very conducive for you. Now, how do I say that? Supposing the fifth lord of the D7 has gone in the sixth house. The sixth house for the child, because the Lagna, we take the fifth house to be the Lagna of the first child, and then we see the sixth house. The sixth house is the second house for the child. That means there is growth in life for the child. There is dhan, there is education for the child. But if I am taking the Lagna which represents me and my relationship with that child, then it has gone in the sixth house from that, and so it does not give a very conducive relationship between me and that child. We'll take an example here. In fact, we'll take two examples, and we'll take the example of siblings, D3, because I've already told you about the D7. Apply it in your charts. In here in the D3, you see the Lagna happens to be Scorpio Lagna. So the third house of the sibling is the Saturn. Okay, and if Saturn is, if you see the Saturn, you see Saturn is exalted with the 12th lord in the 12th house of the D3 chart. If I am to take the third house to be the Lagna of the younger sibling, then from there Saturn is with the 10th lord in the 10th house and exalted. So the sibling will do very well for himself. But will the sibling be of any use, or will the sibling be giving a lot of help to the native, to the person whose chart is as per what the dictum we just shared? No. Why? Because the chart of, in the chart of this sibling, or in the chart of this person, the third lord has gone in the 12th from the Lagna. So the sibling would not be very much forthcoming or giving to the native. On the contrary, when you look at the Lagna, at this Lagna, which is a Cancer Lagna, the 11th lord, we are talking about the elder sibling, it has gone into the 11th house, in the 9th house, and is exalted. It's Venus and it's exalted. The 11th lord, though the 11th house, though is under a lot of malefic aspects. That means the sibling would be under a lot of, the elder sibling would be under a lot of pressure in life. But the 11th lord is exalted in the 9th house, which is the 11th house from the house of the elder sibling, and also the 11th house from the Lagna. That means that they will have a very, the elder sibling, in spite of all the problems that the elder sibling might face, she will prosper, and she will also have a good relationship with this native. So do look into your D3 charts, D7 charts, see how things are with your parents from the D12 charts, and do write to us. Do let us know how you found this video. Until we meet with you again, stay safe.
Please hit the bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.